guys, it's Trish. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a design on the fly with a bead mix from my December Design Ambassador Kit from Jesse James Beads. The bead mix is Ocean, and as you can see here I have that poured out, have kind of like an idea of what I'm thinking for design. I just grabbed my tools, some 20 gauge German style wire, and some different sizes of jump rings. So we'll see if that's all I end up needing, but let's see if we can put this design together that I'm thinking. So first off, I think I'm going to take a piece of my wire. It's always a good spot to start in is wire. So I'm going to take a couple, maybe 24 inches. That's way too much, but I always like to err on the side of more than less. So what I'm going to do here with this end, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I'm going to make my own head pin. Now for that, I'm going to cut this wire in half, I think, because that's going to be a little more manageable since I'm doing that, and I can keep that other half for the other earring. So basically what you do is you take your piece of wire, and as you can see, I was straightening it there with my hands, with my fingers, and I'm just worming the wire and trying to straighten that up. And then I'm just going to take the end piece and I'm going to put my round nose pliers right on the end, and you can see there's nothing coming through the other side there. Just have it crimped in there in between the two mandrels of the pliers. Okay, and I'm just going to put that around twice and a third time. And then once I get, you can see I have 1, 2, 3 loops. Okay, I'm going to take that loop, and you can see where my wire is coming out, and I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to turn it vertical. Okay, so can you see that? It almost looks like a little golf club. You turn it that way, push it in there a little further. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're going to take your wire and you're going to gently curve it around, put it through the base, through those loops that you made. And I like to pull it out just a little bit. And then I like to grab my nylon jaw pliers, and I grab onto the wire here. And then I just take my chain nose pliers and just give that a pull. And as I'm pulling, I'm letting those nylon jaw pliers go down and tighten that through. Okay, so I push that to the end, and then you can see here we have our own little head pin that we just made. Now, you can probably get away with 2 loops. I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit. If you'd like it smaller, you could. But, you know, I think that looks pretty cool. So, now that I'm going to get that the way I want it here, I'm just going to get it straightened so I can put my beads on there and everything looks good. Just fiddling with that a little bit. Okay, so then again I'm going to take my fingers, because then I want this to be able to receive that first bead. So I'm going to take this large crackled aqua bead and put that over, and I'm going to put one of the gold end caps on that. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's going to be our base. I like to make my earrings in 2 or 3 separate pieces, so then that way you have a lot of movement with them. And I also like long earrings. If you don't want to use all these beads on your piece, absolutely unnecessary if you don't want to, but you do you. But this is the reason that I like to do in various parts. So I'm just going to take, look how gorgeous that is, guys. Oh, I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to make a wrap loop. So I just took my pliers here and I bent the wire horizontally. And if you would like a video on how to make a wrap loop, I do have that. So check that video out if you're looking to learn how to make one. So I'm just grabbing that with my round nose, and then I'm going up and over, and I'm going to reposition my pliers that way. Okay, and then bring it across. All right, now that we have that, that's the shape we're working with. Now bring in my chain nose pliers, and grab that, and then I'm just gonna wrap around down to where my bead is, okay? So you can see that, and then our wire is sticking out the back there, guys. So I really like the look of this so far. That gold bead cap just really made that bead sing. So there is our first base. All right, that's our base. And then I'm just gonna take the next piece of wire that I have here, and I'm gonna take my round nose pliers again, but I'm gonna grab the end of it, and I'm just gonna make a loop because I wanna be able to link in. Now, you could do another wrap loop and hook that in. To me, I find if I do all wrap loops, it really makes my pieces extra long, and I already have a lot going on here, so I usually just do the simple loops in between. So I did my loop, and then I took my pliers in and bent my wire back and broke its neck so it looks more like a lollipop shape. Okay, I'm gonna open that up front to back, and I'm gonna slide my first link that I made onto that. Okay, so we have that. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is, I think we're gonna do the square cushion bead on there first, if we can get it to go through. There we go. That was user error there. Okay, and I'm gonna do a gold spacer. So here we are, gold spacer there. And if you can keep your wire, the straighter the better while you're working with it, because your beads won't get caught up on it. And that's what my bead did. Okay, so we're putting the spacer in. That's really cool. I just dig those colors. All right, so now you could stop here, guys. You could say, that's my finished earring. Okay, but I'm gonna put one more bead on top, and I'm deciding, do I want to do this and then this up top, or do I want to put the gold piece there and then do the pearl up top? I think I'm going to go with the crystal bead that has the gold inlay on it there. Okay, and I want to make sure I know where the front is. So that is where the front of my wrap loop is, where the pretty part is on the front of your wrap loop. So then you just want to have your other loop facing forward. And then I'm going to go in here with my pliers and see how that one's facing forward. You're going to grab the wire above forward with your pliers, and you're going to bend it horizontally. Okay, so this is the same kind of concept as we just did with the wrap loop. And here I am telling you, but I'm actually not going to do a wrap loop. I'm going to do a simple loop, but I can either do it the way I showed you, starting with the end of the wire, or if you're working on a piece, you can do it this way, where I bend it. And I think what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to bend it flat against that top bead. Okay, it's a little bit of a bump in there, but we'll get it straightened out. Okay, and then once that's there, I just measure. I do about half of a third of my finger, my pointer finger, and that's, yes, that's technical measurements. And then I snip that, and then grab the wire with my pliers and just roll my pliers back. Okay. And I think I'm going to make that just a slight bit bigger. And there we go. So there you go. There's two different ways to make simple loops and also how to make a wrap loop. Okay, so there's that. And I'm just going to do the final bead on top. And I think I'm going to take my spacer and my really pretty dark blue pearl here. Let me pull this up so you can see it better. And I'm going to do another loop on the end of my pliers here. And I made my loop, stick my pliers back through and push the wire back, and that gives you your lollipop. And again, we're going to open that. For you guys who like the shorter earrings, like I said, you can stop here. Whatever makes you happy on that, okay? I'm just making sure that my loops line up the way I want them. Make sure this is closed. There we go. And then I'm going to attach. Okay, that's the front. So I'm going to attach my loop. And close that up. And then I'm going to add my pearl and a spacer on top. Okay. I'm really digging those. Those are super pretty. I think we even could have got away with just that right there. But I like the swing and the sway. And look at that. That gives you a lot of movement, having those 3 sections. Okay, so the same thing here. I'm gonna bend the wire horizontally, snip, and then take my round nose and roll that back. Roll that back, okay? So there's that. And I'm going to go off camera here and finish the second one, and I'll be back and we'll look at them together. Okay guys, so we're back here and I finished the second one. I also added some ear wires. I'm really pleased with the way these came out. I just really love the colors with the gold. It's just very rich looking to me. So if you get a chance, try these earrings out. Again, this is the Ocean Mix, the Ocean Bead Mix from Color Trends. If you like these colors, as always, my affiliate links are in the description. Thanks so much for spending the time with me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.